love that intro. Now time for our weekly look at Britain's royal family. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have scored their first project with Netflix, and it will focus on one of the Duke of Sussex's most passionate causes. The couple will produce a new documentary series called Heart of Invictus. It will follow a group of competitors from around the globe who have suffered life-changing injuries or illnesses as they prepare for the 2022 Invictus Games. The announcement comes 6 months after Prince Harry and Meghan signed a multi-million-dollar deal with the streaming service. BBC royal correspondent Jonny Dymond is here to discuss. I actually love the Invictus Games, so I'm kind of excited for this. What is the significance of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle producing this series for Netflix, Jonny?
Well, it's kickoff time, isn't it, Tom? I mean, the contract, as you say, was signed 6 months ago. We've now found out what the first big project is going to be. And as you say, it's something very, very close to Prince Harry's heart. It is going to be a documentary with him in the frame, critically, looking at the Invictus Games, the games he set up that he acknowledges he copied from, yes, from America, to celebrate the work and the life of those wounded in the line of duty. And so we're going to follow him, I guess, now for the next, 12 or so months until the next Invictus Games, which are going to be held in The Hague in the Netherlands, and follow him and follow some of the competitors as they prepare for the games which are so close to his heart and, of course, are where Harry and Meghan made their first public outing. So it's quite something. It's the start of the Netflix work that they're going to do. We hear it's going to be documentaries, children's programs, inspirational programs, all of it, stuff linked to the things that Harry and Meghan are interested in and that they're passionate about.
Well, I can't wait, rather, for this documentary to be released. Now, according to Kensington Palace, Prince William has spoken to over 300 National Health Service staff and volunteers since the start of 2021 to thank them for their work as they continue to tackle the coronavirus pandemic. That's a lot of people. What more can you tell us about this outreach effort?
Well, this is really what the day-to-day work of the royal family is. We look at it and we think of palaces and servants and rather glamorous foreign trips and film premieres. Actually, every day, every week, every month, this is the kind of thing they're doing. And it's about talking to people on the ground. It's about celebrating charities. It's about, in this case, celebrating the National Health Service, Britain's National Health Service, which, of course, like health services around the world, have been under so much strain over the last year. And this is just part of what they've been doing. Phone calls made by the Duke, by William, to sometimes individuals, sometimes groups, 300 people in all, in 62 different phone and video calls, essentially to say thank you on behalf of the nation. It's not particularly glamorous work. It's not perhaps particularly interesting work. It's stuff that's close to his heart, certainly, because we know the interest he's been taking throughout the pandemic. And it's his way of being out on the ground because he can't actually be there physically because of restrictions on movement.
Such critical work those healthcare workers are doing. Now, over Easter weekend, changing gears here, pictures were released of the Queen and Prince Charles together for the first time since the Sussex's interview with Oprah, that explosive interview. What does this photo op signify to the British people?
Well, I think to some degree, again, it's another aspect of royal life. You know, the royal family is to some degree a first family. Easter was a time for families to get together. And again, bearing in mind our rather slow unlocking of the social restrictions which we've had here in Britain, this was pretty much the first time that the two of them could travel to be together. You'll notice they are outside. That means they stay within the law here. And it's a way of sort of symbolizing, I guess, the togetherness that so many families felt over the Easter holiday, the Easter weekend here in the UK. And again, promulgating, putting forward that role of the British royal family as a first family and as something that can set an example to others and also can help people celebrate.
Meanwhile, that interview, launched a tidal wave of controversy around the royal family, at least here in the United States. Today marks 1 month since that interview first aired. What's the latest on how the royal family is dealing with the aftermath of it?
Well, difficult to say, really. I mean, on one aspect, we know there is a review of diversity going on inside the palace. Now, the palace says that was happening anyway, although it clearly acknowledges it was given a bit of a prompt by some of the statements or allegations that were made by Harry and Meghan in that astonishing interview. at the same time, I think the palace is playing things pretty close to its chest. It doesn't want to talk about the interview anymore. It wants to present a kind of business as usual front to the world. And it tries to do that with the kinds of things which we've just been talking about. But at the same time, the conversation is always, or very often, about the interview and about the ramifications. I think this one is going to rumble on for some time. The palace may hope that it simply goes away, it dies away as normal life resumes here in the UK. But I think it's going to rumble on for some time, and the palace will have to consider how it responds and how, if it adapts.
Jonny Dymond from across the pond. Thank you.
Cheers, Tom.